No, it's interesting. Many of our clients do very, very well with our program. In fact, most of our clients make remarkable progress very, very quickly, like in their very first week with us. I would say a good 80% of our clientele fit into that particular group. But what about the other 20%? What's happening there? Well, it turns out that others need more time. Look, ultimately, just about all of our clients eventually get what they came for. But why is it that so many of our clients make dramatic progress quickly, while some others find their path is not quite as straightforward? What explains this difference? Well, everybody's an individual, so of course there absolutely could be more than one reason for this. But I'll tell you one thing right now. How well or how quickly or how easily clients break free from their hair pulling habit is not a function of how long the person's been pulling. Neither does it have anything to do with how often they'd been pulling or how much they'd been pulling. It's not even their beliefs about what's possible for them that matters. A lot of clients come in here believing that they're just going to be the worst case we've ever seen. We've never seen anything like them before. But again, that's got nothing to do with it. You know what the biggest difference is? Why some people make an almost immediate shift while others need a bit more time? Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you what it takes to achieve the quickest possible resolution of this stuff next. So what does explain how so many of our clients are able to break free from their hair pulling habits so incredibly quickly and easily, no matter how long they'd been pulling or how bad their pulling had been, or even whether or not they even believed they could be helped? What's the difference between them and maybe some of our other clients who need more time? Well, guess what? The biggest reason for the difference in how quickly or easily our clients see a change as a result of our work seems to be the presence, or in some cases the lack of, something we call a big why. Now, what do I mean by that? What exactly is a big why? Well, it's probably what you think it is. A big why is a genuinely, legitimately compelling reason to stop pulling. It's that simple. To put it succinctly, when you have a big why, you usually know it. And you know it because you can feel it. Okay? So a big why is not the reason your parents or your therapist tells you you should stop pulling. It's the reason you tell yourself you've got to stop pulling. It doesn't come from without, it comes from within. And with that comes the kind of internally generated leverage that often makes it easy to stop once you're shown how to stop. And that, of course, is our job, right? To show you how to put a stop to this once and for all. At our website at www.TRICH-FREE.com, on some of our web pages, not all, but on many of them, to the upper right of some of those pages, we say 4 out of 5 of our clients find they're able to stop pulling after just their very first session with us. Now, that's a mouthful, right? That's a heck of a claim we can make there. Almost too good to be true, right? So why is it that for us, it is indeed that way? Like no one else that we know of is able to lay claim to anything like that. Well, it's because if in fact that big why is there, if our client really is at the point where they know this must change, and now you know what to do with that, you know how to leverage that, that's when the change happens. And it can be that easy and that straightforward. There's an old saying, we rarely get our shoulds, the things we think we should do, like brushing our teeth, or leaving the house on time, or maybe exercising, or eating right, or finishing up our term paper 2 months before it's due, or going to bed at the right hour each night. The truth is, we rarely get our shoulds. We may get our shoulds, but we always get our musts. That is to say, if it's genuinely important enough, we virtually always find a way to get it done. For example, paying your taxes if you're an adult. A few of us look forward to that. We may even have questions from time to time about whether we're going to be able to make it, if we're going to be able to manage it. But, by and large, we typically almost always find a way to get it done. Why? Because we know the cost of not doing it, right? So again, when it's truly a must, you know it, you feel it. Now, what if it's something you really do know you really should do? Like we probably all agree you probably really should stop pulling your hair, but maybe in your heart of hearts, you're not actually all the way there yet. Like some part of you isn't quite sure it really is a must for you just yet. Can you make it that important? Is there anything you can do to turn a should into a must? Turns out there is. And it involves your ability to control and direct 2 of the most powerful forces known to man. What are those two forces? That's coming next. All right, so what are these two twin forces that I claim are the two most powerful sources of personal change on the planet? Well, quite simply, they are our unconscious associations to pain and pleasure. Now, these are highly individual. For example, what I might find intensely painful, you may not. And what you might find incredibly pleasurable, I may not. But when it comes to what motivates us as individuals, what other people think doesn't matter. See, to us, when the prospect of having, creating, or accomplishing something is pleasurable enough, we'll almost always find a way to make it happen. So for example, if you can find a way to make the prospect of becoming pull-free and all that that will mean for you attractive enough, if you can associate enough pleasure to making that happen, that'll make it truly a must for you. And you will likely find it far easier to make this change at that point than you might ever have thought it could have been before that. But you know what's an even more powerful motivator than pleasure? For most people, it's our built-in need to avoid pain. That's right. See, the truth is, most of us will do far more to avoid pain than we'll ever do to gain pleasure. Not so sure about that? Well, ask yourself this question. What would you do more for? What would you work harder for? To make $10,000? Or to keep someone from reaching into your pocket and stealing $10,000? You know, if you're like most people, you do far more to keep someone from stealing $10,000 than you would to earn it. So the truth is, the most effective way to make it easy to stop pulling is either to associate so much pain to continuing to pull, or an incredible amount of pain to not stopping pulling. Either one will work. Now you may say, I'm already there. You know, I really do want to stop. I do. You know what? I believe you when you say that. I truly think the big picture is, yeah, you'd love to stop pulling if only you knew how. Maybe you really are at that place where you've decided A, that this must stop, and that B, you must stop it. But the problem is, that's probably what you're thinking between bouts of pulling, not during. That's kind of the big picture truth that I know you already know. But the challenge is, in the moment, when there you are and you realize you're pulling, or that you want to pull, is it really a must for you to not do it then? The truth is, if it were, you wouldn't pull. That's just the way it is. That's the nature of a must. Now, let's say you do indeed find some way to not do it right then because you really don't want to do it. And let's say that you don't pull that time, but it is a struggle not to, right? So what's going on there? Well, part of you really does want to pull, but there's an even stronger part of you that doesn't want to pull, so that part wins out. But that doesn't mean it's not a struggle. You're still white-knuckling it at times like that to keep from pulling, right? I'm sure you've had that experience. I don't know of any hair puller that hasn't. So, how would you like to learn then how to eliminate that struggle, that conflict, once and for all? Because if you were able to do that, that's when, because you've already got that big why, you'll find it easy to be able to choose to refrain from pulling. No struggle at all. How nice would that be? How much easier would your life be then? How would it feel to be truly, genuinely, easily pull-free? Now, if that's something that's of interest to you, you need to call us so we can show you how to eliminate that struggle once and for all. We want you to be one of those 4 out of 5 people who find themselves able to stop pulling after just their very first session with us. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to be able to notify you when we have new content, more helpful videos coming your way. And you know what? Go ahead and hit that reply button below and leave us a comment. Talk to us. How did this video impact you? If you're watching this video through our Facebook community page, please leave a comment there. We'd love to meet and chat with you. In fact, if you have questions about trichotillomania or hair pulling in general and you're just not quite sure where to go for answers, please visit our website's questions and answers page at trick-free.com/qa.html. We actually do look through all those questions that come into us very carefully, just like we do to the comments and questions that show up here at our YouTube channel, and we do our best to answer as many of those questions as possible in these very videos. Again, please do be sure to like and subscribe. We're here to entertain, inform, and most importantly, to empower you to begin taking control of your hair pulling in ways you probably never thought possible before. If you'd like to reach out to us directly to get some information about how we can help you or a loved one, feel free to visit our website at www.trick-free.com or to call us at any time of day or night toll-free at 833-TRICH-FREE. Thanks again for watching. I'm Robert Mantell with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists. Here's wishing you an amazing trick-free week.